to make a confession. The single hardest thing I had to do this year was act like Brock Purdy deserved to be in the conversations with the other people we're mentioning in that tweet.
Brock Purdy is the 10th best player on his team.
From being overlooked as a high school prospect to being the last pick in the NFL draft to having the most passing yards in franchise history, Brock Purdy has had an interesting career. And now he's going to play in the Super Bowl and is looking to make history as the first Mr. Irrelevant quarterback to win a Super Bowl. This is the rise of Brock Purdy. Purdy started at quarterback for Perry High School for 3 years. Despite finishing his high school career with over 8,900 passing yards and 107 touchdowns, he was told he wasn't good enough. That is until colleges finally came flocking to him after his senior season. That senior season earned him the 2017 Arizona High School Football Player of the Year award. Purdy beat out future Atlanta Falcons running back Bijan Robinson and former South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler for the award. 24/7 Sports rated Purdy as a 3-star prospect and the 50th ranked quarterback in the class of 2018. Many future NFL quarterbacks were ranked ahead of him, including Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Will Levis. Purdy received offers from various schools from the likes of Iowa State, Alabama, Boise State, Texas A&M, and UCF. Former head coach of the Crimson Tide Nick Saban stated this when he met with Purdy: "You're below average in height, your arm strength is whatever, and your accuracy is average." Purdy was overlooked his whole career, and this wasn't going to stop him. Purdy eventually chose Iowa State as his next destination. He ended his freshman year at Iowa State in 2018 as a third-string quarterback to Kyle Kemp and Zeb Nolan. He became the starter after Kemp was injured, and Nolan was ineffective. Overall, he started 8 games, completing 66% of his passes for over 2,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. He also rushed for over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. He returned as a starter in 2019. His sophomore year was fantastic. He led the Cyclones to a 9-3 record and passed for over 3,900 yards along with 27 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. Purdy went alone to have 2 more solid years before he declared for the NFL draft. He profiled on Purdy that he was a prospect with less than the ideal size, being 6'1.5" and only weighing 212 pounds. The athleticism he displayed at the 2022 NFL Scouting Combine also didn't impress. He ran a 4.8 40 and had a vertical jump of 27 inches. In a report, a coach wrote this: "He didn't test well. He's a limited athlete that has a maxed out body. He's very mature and experienced, but he threw the ball okay." The strengths for Purdy were that he was very experienced, with 48 collegiate starts, and that he managed the game well. How ironic. Purdy made routine plays consistently. He was creative as the play extended and worked well through his progressions. The weaknesses of Purdy was that he wasn't a very good athlete. He had a limited arm and strength and throw power. Although Purdy didn't expect to be selected in the first 2 days, he had hope that an NFL team would call him on the 3rd day. His patience paid off, but not without a share of drama, as he became the last overall pick at number 262, also known as Mr. Irrelevant. Purdy started off as the 3rd-string quarterback for the 49ers, as they already had Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. The 49ers had taken a chance on Trey Lance 2 years ago, and it was his time to shine after sitting behind Garoppolo for a year. But unfortunately, Trey Lance went down in the 2nd game of the season. Garoppolo stepped up and went 8-3, before he also went down with an injury. Many people had wrote this 49ers team off that season, because no one expected a rookie quarterback who was the last pick in the draft to lead this team. But they were wrong. Purdy led this team to 8 straight victories and into the playoffs. He threw for over 1,800 yards along with 16 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions. But then, the Cinderella run finally ended when he faced against the Philadelphia Eagles. Purdy suffered a torn UCL in his right elbow early in the game, and the 49ers season was officially over. I still believe to this day, if Purdy didn't get hurt, they would have won a Super Bowl that year. The following season, the expectations were high on the 49ers, and there was some for Brock Purdy as well. But yet again, Purdy blew those expectations out the water. Purdy was in the MVP conversation all season, and finished with over 4,200 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, and just 11 interceptions. And now, Mr. Irrelevant is looking to make history by winning the Super Bowl. But there's one obstacle in his way, and his name is Patrick Mahomes.